Hey guys, how's it going? Happy Father's Day to everybody. I am here with my dad today, Miguel Ortega. Miguel Ortega. I'm the better looking one.
You think so?
Yeah. So I'm told so. Yeah. So guys, we just spending Father's Day today with my sons and my dad, and I decided, let's get to know a little bit about each other now that I'm a father, and of course, obviously, he's a father. So I have just a couple questions to kind of understand and see how his experience has been being a father. And do you want to say to the
Yeah.
people?
Hi, how you doing? Happy Father's Day to everyone. And yeah, I'm glad to be here with my son and my grandkids on Father's Day, which for me is a special day because this is something that it's unbelievable to be a father.
So, getting on that topic, right, of being a father, what was your experience the first time that you found out you were going to be a dad? Do you remember?
Oh yes, I remember very well, and that I was exciting, and I started buying things for my first born child, and not only buying things, it's just the expectation
Yeah.
to be a dad. You know, it's something that was new for me, but it came out of nowhere to do it, to be confident, which is nature.
Got you. And then, so like, that's when you found out, that's when you still had the store, right? Because you had a store.
Yes, I had my own business back then, and actually I planned my fatherhood, and that I planned it in a way that I renew my list of my business in that time so that I could have my first born, and which I did. And I planned ahead, not
Yeah.
only emotionally but economically.
Economically, so you were already planning on starting a family already, I guess, at that point.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So I wasn't a surprise.
No, you weren't a surprise.
Not
No.
me, you see? You
No.
see, ladies? I'm
No.
talking to my
No,
sisters. I
now,
wasn't.
now it's a surprise with that look.
Thank you. Yeah, I would say that finding out to be a dad is something that you don't expect. Um,
Exactly.
you don't really know how to react to that. I have a guest appearance.
Hey, here we go.
All right, go. Yeah, so we don't really expect it, right? I mean, I guess if you know you're gonna have a baby, or you're trying to have a baby, it's one thing, but when I guess some fathers don't know until the baby's out.
Yeah, until it hits you.
Until it hits you,
It hits you.
right?
And then when his mom comes to labor, that moment when he was coming out,
Yeah.
which I did, I choose. I told the doctor I want to help.
You got your hands in.
And I did, hands on, along the doctor besides me.
More.
Wow, that was incredible.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Yeah, you're bringing a life into this world where you're assisting to come in, and so what's the number one lesson you would say that you learned from being a father?
Father has a lot of responsibility, no matter what it comes later on in your marriage. And you are fathers all the time.
Yeah.
I have learned that from my dad.
Okay.
My dad was 80 years old. He will treat me as a kid.
Yeah. Still doing the dad role.
Still in the dad role, exactly, and helping out in whatever way he could whenever I have difficulties in my life. So
Mhm.
fatherhood as motherhood
Yeah. Very
never
true.
ends until you die.
It's a full-time job.
It's full-time job and overtime job sometimes.
An overtime job. Yeah, I would agree. I think once you have, your first child, it changes the way that you look at life, and
Of
it
course.
doesn't for me it doesn't necessarily change you too much. You're still the individual, but you always have that in the back of your mind that now you have this little little child that you need to take care of. So it
The, the,
does.
the it doesn't change the individual because the individual the individual that you are is never going to change because that's the way you were born.
Yeah.
But the priorities
Yes.
With-
I guess that's what I was trying to say.
will change. The way you look at life
Yeah.
will change.
Okay. So.
Which is that's nature.
Okay. Yeah. It changes. As you get older, you evolve and
You're involved. Not do you have to be older?
yeah.
You have to be a father. And then see the child, and then see you own that they have to take care of.
Yeah.
You know.
I guess one of the things that for me, one of the lessons that I've learned so far, and I've only been a father for 5 years, but it's been that they're both so different. Both of my kids are different. They're very similar, but they're different, and the way that one is disciplined, or the way that one receives love, is different than the other. And at first I would try to treat my youngest Mason the same way I would treat Matthew, and I realized that it was different. I think that's what I've learned so far, that they're both going to need different type of love and different type of discipline and guidance and
Yeah, because they're unique on their own.
yeah.
All of them, they're unique on their own, but they're your own.
Okay.
But you have to let their own grow and treat them as they grow up and understand the way they are, the way they think,
Exactly.
They're not going to be the same.
Yeah.
Especially if they were boys fight each other all the time. From my experience growing up with my brother,
Yeah.
we used to fight each other or pretend to be more than the other one.
Yeah.
It's
And your parents had to deal with each
my
of
parents had to deal with that. They always cared for us the same way.
you. Okay.
You know,
Okay.
but you have to understand the needs of each other.
Yeah.
Some kids need more help, some don't. It's something that you have to learn as they grow and you grow as a parent.
Yeah. There's no book that
There
you get.
isn't.
I mean, there's books out there, but they're not gonna.
There is no book that
They're not
tells
gonna prepare you much.
That prepare you exactly.
Okay.
They prepare you nothing. That's experience on your own.
And
Nothing.
then, so what would you say then would be, what's the hardest part of being a father? Let's start with the hardest part. What's the hardest part for you of being a father?
To be a father is not the hardest part, because when you become a father, you just need to lead
Okay.
and provide,
Gotcha. Yes.
which that comes natural. That comes out of you as a father.
Yeah.
Then when the kids grows up, that's a different
That's
story.
a different story. Okay.
Okay, but to be a father,
So
to
is there anything hard?
huh?
Is there anything hard? Is there a hardest part for you that's been like being a father, like any aspect of, I don't know, maybe, disciplining or, like what would be the hardest part of being a father? Maybe
Well-
the sleepless nights.
Well, the one that you mentioned about
Yeah.
disciplinar.
Yeah.
Okay, that was hard for me because the way I grew up, they did it a different way.
Okay.
Um, Now it's another story. So I have to adjust. And I know I did a lot of mistakes
Yeah.
trying to do it the old way. But now here it's completely different.
Gotcha. Okay. So then, now the opposite. What would be the best part of being a father?
Oh, the best part is seeing them growing up, seeing them to begin with walking.
Okay.
I'm being honest. I will sit with your mom from one end to the other end in a row and see you walking and follow on your butt.
Yeah.
And we were so grateful you were walking. And then as you grow up in the school, how you behave in the school, it has no ending. No ending.
Yeah. To seeing them accomplish things
Accomplish
on
things.
their own and
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's still good until you go away, but kids accomplish wonderful things, and
Yeah.
then grandkids, and then wow.
Okay. So then that's okay. Yeah. Grandkids is a whole different story. I don't know. I can't experience that yet. I don't know what it feels like, but
yeah.
I hope one day I will.
Yeah, but I do. So.
You do. So, all right. So the next question is, what would you like for us, your kids, to know now that you know 2 out of 3 of your kids are parents, right? I'm the only son, so I'm a father. So I guess it would be for me. What would you like for me to know about fatherhood, or about you being a father, or you know?
Be respectful. Be how you say apoyarlos
Mm-hmm.
in every decision that they make
Okay.
and guide them to make the right decisions. But if they have their own,
Yeah.
support them.
I like that.
Support their decision, because when you grow up and they grow up, it's gonna be different times,
Correct.
different situations.
Yeah.
So, as a parent, all you can do is support them and advise them. Talk to them and what your experience is,
Yeah.
and let them know, that you're there for them, no matter what.
Gotcha. Okay, that's true. I believe strongly that each kid is an individual, right? I mean, there's no doubt about it. But sometimes I've seen or I've understood that parents will try to live through their kids, and I myself have experienced it in small things where, like, oh, I want them to watch this movie because when I was little I watched this movie, and I was like, and they're looking at it like this is old, they don't care. But letting them be themselves and then giving them a boundary that they feel safe with, some boundaries, because they're kids. At the end of the day, they kids need that. And yeah, and letting them be themselves and embracing things that they want to do and encouraging them so that they don't grow up,
And
feeling
keep in mind that boundaries change over the age
Got
that
you.
they have. As they growing up, boundaries change, and you have to learn to realize that.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay, and then the final question that I have here is, how do you feel about your dad now that you have been a father and that you're a grandfather? How do you look back now in the way that, because I'm sure when you were growing up, you saw your dad in one way, and then now when you became, years ago, when you became a father with me and my sisters, how did you how did your relationship change with your dad, or the way that you saw him? Did it make any difference when you became a father? Did you understand him more, or?
I understand him more. Yes, 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 I did, and I appreciate him more
Yeah.
for things that I never saw.
Like the struggles and
Yeah. Things that I never saw. So he passed away,
Yeah.
and I never got a chance really to thank him really the way he tried to help me and nourish as a man, which he did to certain point.
Yeah.
But yes,
It changes the way you see
it changes. It changes big time.
Yeah, I would agree. You know, becoming a father to me changed the way that I looked at you two, and the way that I looked at our history and our life. I would say, you know, like for example, right now, you know, we're making this video, and my youngest Mason, he's there trying to touch the camera and stuff. So, you know, one moment, okay, we're recording a video. Okay, and yeah, going back, tracking. Okay, got it here. So, you know, being a father now and going through what we went through, I understand now, you know, the pressures of not only being an individual, you know, of being a provider, of being a friend, a lover, you know, just being an individual, and then also being a father and going through the stress of having sleepless nights, of having to deal with a little child who doesn't understand how to do things on their own, and you have to kind of always be there after working, after feeling depressed or feeling tired of my own things. You know, I understand now that it couldn't have been easy, you know, dealing with that, especially, you know, you guys, especially you know, coming from another country, coming here to start something, to build something, and the successes and the failures that go with it can be detrimental to you know, as a man, mental health, you know. So I can understand
But that
has changed.
But that worthless nights,
Yeah.
they're worthwhile.
Yeah.
They're worthwhile because you remember them. You
Yeah.
no, your kid doesn't remember that,
Yeah. No.
but you remember, and you remember, and he's gratified that what you did, and los recuerdos. It's so beautiful, you know. That's part of parenthood.
Yeah.
That's part of to be a father or a mother, you know. I remember we used to take turns to take care of the crying baby on the other room, you know.
Yeah.
So it's something that it's hard to explain, but you have to experience and go through life like that. You know, like my son now, he's going through that, you know, and my daughter, and you know, it's part of life.
It's part of life, and it's amazing how, you know, you learn as you go. You know, you learn.
And no matter how old you are, you just keep learning then about
Yes.
your grandkids, and then you know, it's even your kids, you know,
Yeah.
they grow up and they do things, and you do things, and
Yeah, you don't understand.
yeah. And then we understand each other.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's the parenthood that was established
Yeah.
to begin with.
Okay, so I want to take this opportunity to tell you, you know, how, you know, nowadays a lot of people are you know, giving the roses to people, right? Or like, you know, giving them the thanks before they pass, before it's too late. And you and I, you know, not to go into too much detail, you and I have been very close since I was born, you know, since being little. And then we had our time where we've had a struggle, and even through the struggle, we've always maintained a father and son friendship, of you know, a relationship. And I feel now that, you know, I've gotten older and life has happened and things have happened to both myself and you know, because we've had that relationship, you know, I think we're able to do this what we're doing right now.
Exactly.
You know, so I'm grateful for everything you did for me, you know, while I was little, you know, to the point where, you know, when things happen, but now that I'm older, I understand why those things can happen and how difficult life can be. So, you know, I don't blame you for, you know, all the bad times, and I hope you don't blame me for all the bad times from my part. And I just wanted to know that I love you. You're my dad, and
I love you too.
and I am so proud to be a father. It's all I've really wanted to be since I was young. So yeah, this is just my way of telling you that, you know, I love you, so I don't have to say it when you're in your hospital bed.
No, you don't have to do it. You already
My bald dad, which by the way, he's bald by choice because he does have hair. So my good hair, I do get it from him also.
I gave all my hair to him.
Yeah, he donated all the hair, and
I donated to him.
he couldn't donate
That's
the
an
good looks
implants.
because, you know,
Implants.
yeah. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, getting to know, you know, myself and getting to know my dad, and just the relationship that we have. I just wanted to put this out there because I've never really made anything public, you know, like this, or done anything, or even asked him these questions before. And I hope this
Yeah.
was a good experience for you.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, that's a wonderful. That's I've been spending the best Father's Day I ever had.
All right, so guys, thank you so much for joining, and I hope you like this. I hope if it made you feel some sort of way, put a comment down, share it, and yeah, happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, everybody. Just take care a moment to think, meditate, and everything is gonna come. It's gonna be okay for everybody.
There you go. God bless, and until next time.